So this is our 6th Hershey RV show. We have a little bit of experience how to navigate, what to expect.
A lot of times that show can get very hot and then you're just dripping. If you're a model and you're used to walking in high heels, hey, knock yourself out.
If you're looking to buy an RV, you may be able to wear some salesmen down. They're essentially salespeople just for the show. You may know more than they do.
Guys, it is our favorite time of year, right around the corner, just a little over a month away is the Hershey RV Show, and we cannot wait. Be sure, guys, to tune in this Saturday because this Saturday is going to kick off the Endless RVing longest road trip of the year. We're headed south. We're going to head down through Ohio, well, west first, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee. We have tons of exciting content coming at you.
Over 2,000 miles.
Yes.
So this is our 6th Hershey RV show, also known as America's largest RV show. So in that time, we've picked up some tips. We have a little bit of experience how to navigate, what to expect, and we're going to share that with you because this can be overwhelming the first time you're there. You want to watch this video to the end because throughout the video, we're going to give you tips, things that we picked up over the last 6 years that's going to give you a much more successful show, a more productive show.
So let's talk about first when the show is. So as we said, it is about a month or so, and the dates exactly are September 13th through the 17th. It's a Wednesday through a Sunday. And then you're going to have the hours Wednesday through Saturday. It'll be 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's where it differs from Tampa.
Long.
It's a much longer show than the Tampa RV show. And then Sunday is 9 to 5 p.m.
Now it's held at the Giant Center, which if you're not familiar with that Hershey area, you have Hershey Park, you kind of have like the stadium, and then you have the indoor arena. So it's going to be in the parking lot of that arena. There's a lot of RVs. It's a lot of walking.
Right. So let's talk about tickets now. A lot of you wonder how much it is, and it does vary on the day that you go or if you have certain criteria. So parking is free. Tickets must be purchased online. They don't do cash sales at the show, so just keep that in mind. You want to purchase beforehand. So here's the ticket sales. Wednesday through Friday, you're going to have $12 if you get them in advance, $14 the day of. Saturday is going to be $17. Wow, it
seems like it's gotten more expensive.
$17 in advance and $19 the day of. Children under 12 are free, which is good, especially if you're going on a Saturday, you want to bring the family something to do. A Twilight Pass, and we're going to get to when are the best times to go to the show, but the Twilight Pass that's after 3 p.m. is $7. And then you can get a 3-day pass. If you plan on going, you're shopping, you want to spend a few days there. A 3-day pass is valid Wednesday through Friday, and that'll be $25 in advance or $30 the day of. And again, when I say day of, I mean purchasing it online.
So we do suggest if you're serious about buying something, definitely go more than one day because it is a lot if you've never been there.
It is. And there are discounts for different people. So healthcare, they have Healthcare Workers Day. I don't remember that last year. I don't know if they added that. Yeah, so that's on Wednesday. If you're a healthcare worker, it's only $7 in advance and $9 day of. Senior Day, that's always seemed to be a popular one. That's Thursday. Senior Day is Thursday. 55 and up. I'm only 5 years away from that. That's $7 in advance and $9 day of. And then, of course, always veterans and first responders is going to be Friday, $7 in advance, $9 the day of.
So when we talk about how large this show is, so there's going to be more than 1,500 new RVs, more than 1 million square feet. There's going to be tons of vendors, including campgrounds, travel adventures, products, services. Many seminars are also held. So you'll see vendors kind of spotted around the outdoor show, but then inside, both on the second level and on the ground level, is just filled with vendors.
Tons. And it's really nice inside because a lot of times that show can get very hot and then you're just dripping. And to go into that expo center or whatever you want to call it, it feels really good.
So here's another quick tip, and we know this because it happened to us before we get into the actual camping, is that you should leave your weapons in your car or at home. And I know there's going to be people here, they're going to be upset, and that's okay, but it is private property. There are metal detectors. You are required to go through the metal detectors. So if you have a firearm, knife, nunchucks, whatever, you stand the chance of getting turned back. And believe me, it really sucks because the lines can be really long and now you're back of the line again.
Guys, if you listen to any tip, listen to this one, I'm telling you, because if you go on a peak time or peak day, you're going to be waiting in line
to get into the park.
To get in, yes, and then you have to walk all the way back to your car to bring this item, unless you just throw it away, which I doubt you're going to do, and then you're going to have to wait in line again. So really be careful about what you're bringing into the show.
The next one is we think a little excessive cost-wise, but dry camping is available. It's directly across the main road there. I forget whatever road that is, but it's essentially gravel and grass lots. So dry camping and parking is $60 per night with an extra $10 charge for any tows. There is no facilities available, and it's available from September 12th and closes Monday, September 18th at 10 a.m.
Right, reservations are not accepted, so you can't book this out. There are no facilities or septic service. That must smell really good over there. But they do have a honey wagon, so if you need to dump, they can come and take care of for a fee.
So the next tip, please don't wear high heels, cowboy boots, unless you can walk in them for hot weather with a lot of pavement. Wear comfortable shoes.
It's amazing.
Unless you're in a wheelchair and you can roll around, but it's a lot of walking. Like we will get 25,000 steps easily if we're at that show.
If we stay for a while. But if you're a model and you're used to walking in high heels, hey, knock yourself out.
You'll pay for it later.
Okay, next piece of info, very important. Also, a lot of you like to bring your pets to the show, and we saw some really interesting stuff last year. So pets are allowed, but they must be in a completely enclosed stroller or carrier. You just want to be careful, guys, with that if you're going to bring your dogs, because it can get really hot. And if your dog doesn't handle the heat well, which a lot of dogs don't, and they're in that enclosed stroller without a lot of ventilation or carrier, it can be a little overwhelming for them, especially on those really hot days. There are plenty of dogs that we see that are very uncomfortable, showing through their body language very clearly. So if you have one of those dogs and they don't like big groups or things like that, either leave them at home, or there is Hershey Park. This is something that's relatively new over the last couple years. Hershey Park has partnered with the Dad's Pet Care Barking Lot. It's a kennel located just outside the park, and it's daily kennel service for $10 a day, and they're going to be open from Wednesday through Sunday from 9 to 5 for the show.
So let's move into the next tip, is that food is technically not allowed at the show. We bring our own food, we keep it in our car, so that's kind of a way around it if you want to walk back and forth. If not, there is food available. Not many good choices. Lines are obscene
at certain,
and very expensive.
Like at 12 noon, you're gonna try to eat early or later.
Also, when you're done with the show, you're in Hershey, so there's a lot of food places in the area. You're not too far from Harrisburg either, so there's plenty of options to eat outside of the show.
There's a Red Robin, I know, right by the park. All right, so let's talk about wheelchairs. Now, a lot of people like to do this because if they have trouble walking, you are able to spend hours at the show without being in pain. So let's talk about non-motorized wheelchairs. They are available on a first-come, first-served basis, so just keep that in mind. For motorized, you can get wheelchairs or scooters by contacting the Home Health Care in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, and here's the number for you, 717-781-2025, or you can bring your own if you have it.
Now, if you're not into dry camping, you're into glamping, there are numerous campgrounds that are listed on the Hershey RV Show website, but only one provides a shuttle service to and from the show. That's going to be the Hershey
Park
Camper Resort. We stayed there several years ago.
Actually, it was
it's not bad. I think they charge a lot to be there, but you're right there. You could probably like ride your bicycle to the show if you want. So here's another tip. There are a lot of crowds. Well, the first day there's always a big crowd for some reason.
Yeah.
Then it kind of dies down. Then on the weekend you get big crowds. We don't know how it's going to be this year. Obviously the market is pretty slow, but you might get a lot of people that are just spending the day because it's kind of a big event.
I remember one year though, I think Thursday was huge. Last year or two, I think it was a Jewish holiday, so a lot of kids had off from school, so tons of families were there. So you never know.
So you want to get there either like when they open or a little bit before, so you can be first online, or those twilight tickets make a big deal. So like after 3 o'clock, it really starts dying down, and then like after 6, it's like a ghost town.
Right. Well, that's the thing. At the Tampa show, you are done at 5 or 6. Here, you get those couple extra hours. So even if you go at 3 o'clock, you still have 5 hours to shop.
And if you're looking to buy an RV, you might be able to wear some salesmen down because they've had a long day.
Now, if you're coming to the show on Saturday or Sunday, I know a lot of people get there and then lose their minds because they're not ready for this. This is really, really important to remember. Parking is very different at the show on Saturday and Sunday because Hershey Park is open. So you have people that are going to the park parking there. So parking for the show will be actually across the street at Longmead Field. So it's a grass field, keep that in mind. But if you get there Saturday and Sunday and you see this mayhem, just know that that's why.
So last year it wasn't as bad. 2 years ago, there was like fights breaking out. It was insane, the amount of people there. So hopefully it's not as bad this year and you don't have to wait like 2 hours to get in.
This next tip is really helpful, and we encourage everybody to do this if you're going to the show. Download the free app that Hershey has. So this is great. We did this last year. They have everything on there, especially maps. So if you want to know where certain vendors are, you want to know where certain manufacturers are, these maps are great. You can browse the booths. You can buy your tickets on there. You can share photos.
Yeah, don't assume that you went last year and you knew where Tiffin was and it's going to be there again this year, because they change them all the time. So you might be wondering. Also, another quick tip, if they still do it, there's usually these balloons up in the air, and they'll say like, you'll have like an Airstream balloon, and you can kind of follow it. So that helps also.
Something else on the app schedule I just wanted to check, they have all the seminar schedules there. So you'll be able to see when, the times, the locations of those, and also you can create a to-do list. So I remember when we went, we were shopping, we certainly could have used that. I don't think we had the app at that point. Definitely download the app. Okay, the next piece of information is, a lot of you have asked, are we going to be at the Hershey Show? Yes, of course we're going to be at the Hershey RV Show. We can't wait.
This is an easy one for us.
I know.
A couple hours away.
Yeah. We always go to the Hershey RV Show. We really, really enjoy it. And we love to meet you guys. So we will be having a meetup, but we don't have anything set in stone yet in terms of time and location. We will reach back out as we get closer to the show and let you know exactly where and when that will be.
So here's our final important tip. And if you're new to RV shows, you don't know how these things, we did it when we first went. So RV shows are put together by the manufacturers as well as dealerships. So the dealerships are there. So for example, like General RV traditionally has Fleetwood Rev Group. So a couple of things. We're going to talk about this in another video very soon. With that said, there are a ton of people coming in. A lot of times, well, every show we've been to, they hire what's called show dogs in the business, right? And they're essentially salespeople that they're just for the show. Now, not every salesperson is a show dog. You will have, we've seen the same salespeople, but you will see, they usually tend to be very young. You may know more than they do. They're just there to try to sell you as much as possible. A lot of them don't have a lot of knowledge. So you want to talk to manufacturers. You want to do your research prior to going in. And we're going to talk about all these buying tips in a future video.
And probably the most important tip of all of them is to make sure that you are subscribed to our channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified when we go live or release a video. So for these shows, if you can't be there, we bring the show to you, and we love doing this. We go live every day from different manufacturers, different areas of the show. We bring you along so you can really feel like you're a part of it.
Yeah, we don't have an announced time that we do it. That's why it's very important. Subscribe, notification bell, because a lot of times you want to see certain RVs and you just don't want to get to the show. You can't get to the show. This is the perfect way that we can bring you there. So in the comments below, let us know, will you be attending the 2023 Hershey RV Show? Have you been to the show? Will you be to the Tampa show? Because that's only a couple of months after that. And then to the left of us, if you like videos like this, we're going to put our RV newbies playlist, we'll put our RV tours playlist, and for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.